Lawball has just launched, and if you fantasized about being a cat in VR and playing a game similar to Rocket League, this game probably fits the bill. Completely free to try in early access. This just dropped this last week, and already a perfect 5-star rating. Only 53 ratings in 1 day since it launched, but they are 98% 5-star and only 2% 3-star. And the one 3-star review just basically saying they couldn't get past the terms and service, and the developer jumping in telling them exactly how to get past it, so we might see that review drop off. But with other people saying it's an amazing fun with cats, it's perfect, best game out currently, and of course the game does rely on cosmetics. That's why they're talking about looking stylish. But if you haven't tried it, it's completely free, and there will be a link to all these games down in the description comments below. Frenzies is available free in early access right now, a game that kind of looks like a frantic Squid Game in VR. This is a VR PvP first-person shooter from big developers like nDreams and Nearlight, who made Fract and Synapse, a game with random maps, round types, and an option to go wishlist the final game when it comes out of early access if you like what you see. Although with the game coming out very recently, it's only got a 3.9 rating with 29 ratings, 49% 5-star and 14% 1-star. People citing some early development issues, saying that the guns in the gameplay do feel really good, but they couldn't even turn with their body. Other people citing that, and it sounds like the developer is working on it. That's why this is in early access, so they can get this feedback. But people saying positive things. It got them back into VR. They've been having a lot of fun with it. People saying it's a good game, but there's just not enough people playing it right now. That's surprising with it being free, but it has only been out for a matter of days, so maybe if you like what you see here and you get it, maybe that community will build up and they can turn this into the game we want it to be. Anytime there's a free basketball simulator on Quest, it does really well, and Gym Class Basketball VR is the top one. Not only is there basketball and even NBA licensed team courts, games, and cosmetics, there's sandbox mode with other sports, social worlds to hang out in. Although if you do love it, there is buyable bundles to unlock pro mode, but even without it, this game has a 4.9-star rating with almost 60,000 people rating it. People saying it's a 5-star, they absolutely love the game. People saying it is the best basketball VR game is. It's just great. And everybody in recent reviews talking about the gold and black ball that they all want, but people in the lower reviews citing toxic communities, some issues in the game that were game breaking for them, or people somehow putting a ranting, raving good review and yet giving it 1 star still. If you're into VR sports games though, this is definitely one to check out. Shootout is another newer addition to the Metastore, totally free. A VR multiplayer shooter that looks like it plays a little bit like the old Unreal Tournament. All different kinds of customizations you can add to your gun to change it out. And they say there's over 1,000 different unique combinations and abilities by the way you build your loadout. You can play the game in PvE mode or jump into 3v3 PvP games. And in the short time the game's been out, it has racked up over 700 reviews, giving it a bit lower of a 4-star rating. People saying it's a cool concept, but it could do with more options like shotguns and sniper rifles. People saying the customizations are incredible. People saying it was great, but they want to see a melee option. Other people saying it's the best first-person shooter in VR. But people in the low reports saying that there are toxic community members, as you're going to see basically with every free VR game that's big, especially shooters. People saying that the newer updates are ruining the heart of the game, or people citing issues where they just couldn't get past certain screens in the game. Usually for me on the Metastore, if it's below a 4.3, that's kind of time to start thinking it's iffy. But if this one looks super appealing to you, it's something you could check out, and who knows, maybe it'll be a 5-star game for you. Ultimix is a game from Resolution Games, the same developers that are making Spatial Ops and made Demeo, really popular developer. And Ultimix puts you in a giant mech, playing a game also similar to Rocket League, 2v2 competitive action where you're trying to score goals against your enemies, or you're trying to score goals against the other team. And a game that's been out for a long time, but lesser known, a 4.2-star rating with over 700 ratings. People saying it's fun, addictive, competitive, and it's free. People saying they love it. People Uno reversing in the reviews by saying that's bad, but then also saying that it's actually really good. And other people saying it obviously has the polished game mechanics of a big developer, but people saying the big problem at this point, the game's been around a long time and there's just no one in playing it anymore. You get in and you can't get a match to load. A game that it's free, and if you have a couple friends, they'll download it and play it together, but know that if you get it and you're just playing on your own, you might have a really hard time getting a real match. Big Ballers does make it higher on the list for what people are playing right now, although it's got a lot less ratings. Touted as the fastest growing VR sports game, play with up to 12 people. Big Ballers might sound like a basketball game from the title and the comparisons from Gym Class, but Big Ballers has a ton of different kinds of sports in it you can play. Customizable characters and an edge of trying to actually compete online to even be number one. Game hasn't even been out a year yet, and 91% 5-star ratings have people saying it's their new favorite game. People saying it's fun and it's competitive, citing all different kinds of things to do in it: basketball, baseball, American football, as they specify, fitness, laser tag, blade ball, arcade. So many people citing that it's their favorite game. The same low reviews we basically heard for every other game. Occasional bugs, some lag, and bad-mouthed kids. What can you do? NoClip VR is not only one of the very few games on the Quest store that is multiplayer horror and that you can get into checkout for free, but also one of the very few that is Guerrilla based. NoClip VR is basically a backroom simulator where you can get in with your friends, you're running from entities, navigating the endless back rooms while trying to make it through different puzzles, all escaping with your life. With nearly 5,000 ratings, this has above a 4.5 star rating. People saying the game is so fun, they love all the game modes it comes with. People talking about how terrifying the levels are, how terrifying the emptiness is, but lower reviews citing how unfortunately you do only get the first 3 levels, and if you want to unlock the rest you have to buy the supporter pack, although many reviews even saying they bought the supporter pack and are happy they did. Whether you're someone who loves the backrooms or you really just want to get in and try some multiplayer horror games with your friends, NoClip VR is definitely one on the list to check out. A quick honorable mention, Monkey Do, a game that's been out a while and at first glance kind of looks like a Gorilla Tag clone, but a game that has you flying all around, chasing down coins from each other, trying to escape the alligator that's swimming in the pond down below. Or is it a crocodile? I can never remember. But 5,800 ratings, giving it a 4.5 star rating. Most important review you'll probably find in the review section saying it's so skibbity. People saying it's the best monkey game, obviously, firing shots at Gorilla Tag, but people in the low reviews, same things, bugs, rude kids, and people just saying there's no way anything is ever better than Gorilla Tag, and this can't possibly be. Definitely not its own game, but Meta Horizon Worlds is starting to advertise their events like they are a separate and big thing. NBC Universal is actually making a Monsters Arena, which is a PvP game where you can go up against each other as Dracula, the Wolfman, the Bride of Frankenstein, and these are limited time events, so this is basically for Halloween, running from October 20th to October 31st. There will be links to all the games and the events down below in case you're interested in stuff like this. This one has something where you can click interested and it will remind you, although I'll say personally, no, there hasn't been an event yet that's dragged me into Horizon Worlds, but I know a lot of people out there really love it and say some of the live events are really cool. You may have actually tried this in early access completely free. This puts you as the conductor of an orchestra, lets you use hand tracking, you can even grab a chopstick if you really want to feel like you're doing it up, and was for a while one of the highest rated games on the Quest store. People absolutely loved it. With the demo still being available on the store even right now if you want to try it early before it comes out, 1,600 people gave this thing nearly a 5-star rating. 92% of those are 5 stars. People saying they can't wait for the full release. This is good, they're really going to love the game. People getting really hyped up about the full release of it, even though there's going to be a price tag. But other people pointing out it is a work in progress. For a demo, it only has 1 song in the tutorial. They wanted more. People saying that they had some issues with the calibration, the timing, and people complaining about how there's not enough, although now the full release is going to be there for them. And there's another 10 free games for you, some new ones, some hidden gems, some of the biggest ones out there. We've done tons more of these free game videos on the channel, so I'll leave some links up here around in case you haven't checked all those out before. But what are you playing out there? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you once again for being here with me, and I'll see you in another reality.